Lawrence Okolie defends his title against David Light and wins a unanimous decision. And there's not much to unpack here because the fight or lack of the fight. It was a good performance by Okolie. It was a classic Okolie performance. You know, the double jab, right hand clinch, hooks in the clinch, little tapping uppercuts in the clinch. That's a classic Okolie performance right there. And yeah, man, I don't know how this guy keeps getting main events. He's not even that big of a star in boxing. Like the hardcore boxing fans know him, but he's not that big of a star that people want to see him main event in fights like these. Yes, he was pretty dominant in this fight, and for him, he gave a good performance. But for boxing fans, this was a dreadful fight. Man, people watching the fight live were leaving in the between the rounds. Not even at the end of the round, not even in the 1 minute break. They were leaving while they were still fighting. That's how boring this fight was. It wasn't a snooze fest, but it was pretty boring. I really want to see Okolie with the big dogs, the fights we want to see. I really want to see him get pushed. I want to see Okolie versus Richard Riakporhe next. That's the fight to make. Oh my God, that's a banger fight. They recently got into altercation online, and they've been tweeting about each other. They've been saying words to each other. The beef is real, and that fight needs to happen. And honestly, in my unbiased opinion, I think Richard will win, and I think Richard might win by KO. I don't see Okolie winning the fight. It's a bad matchup for him. He's too wild. He leaves his chin way too open. But Okolie does have a very awkward style, so that might give Richard some problems. But I think Richard would figure him out easy. And in times, Okolie had David Light in a big trouble. David Light was just covering up against the ropes, and Okolie could have finished him, but he played it safe because it's boxing. You never know when you're going to get caught. So props on Okolie for playing it safe. But man, David Light was almost out of there. And David Light had good heart, good determination. His chin held up. But, you know, it was just clinch fest. At times, it was actually a clinch fest. That's what you expect with Okolie, but I really think they should stop doing main events with Okolie. I know he's a champion, so they feel obligated to do main events. Honestly, I think they should put Okolie on the undercard of a good main event, and if he gets a KO, get his hype going again, then put him on a main event. But no more main events for Okolie, but, you know, that's not going to happen. So yeah, not much to talk about, but Okolie wins, and it wasn't by entertaining fashion, but it was pretty dominant. And for Okolie, he did his job. He got it done. He got the win. But for the fans, we got the L. But you know what? I'm not trying to sound like a hater too much. So congratulations to Okolie, and let's see what's next.